now.
Nice. Hi, my name is Philip Posey, and this is a game of Faserip. I want to thank Sean Vigvari, the gaming beast himself, for allowing me to run this Omniverse game on his channel. Today, we find our intrepid travelers aboard the Millennium Falcon, and they have just landed, and they are pursuing knowledge from Yoda himself to learn the ways of the Force in which order to battle this great and oppressive power um, of darkness and evil that is enveloping all universes at the same time. And it is here, as they land down, that we find them. Can you tell me, Johnny Cage, um, what you're doing right now?
Well, Johnny Cage obviously is finding some kind of reflective surface after he's been healed by what I'm guessing Luke, maybe through force
Uh,
healing or.
you've been in a batha tank
Of course,
uh,
yes, awesome.
by
I've been
the
okay,
Millennium
okay.
Falcon, and you are just coming out of a secret compartment by the boarding ramp, and you
So,
can hear the hydraulic system go.
so I'm like making my hair. And I'm just really vain, just looking in the reflective surface and just checking my. Um, Obviously, I'm not finding Juve's character, or I'm guessing so. I'm
Uh,
gonna. I'm just gonna be trying to make my hair look okay in this worst weather. I'm like, says, "Oh God damn! I wish I had a moisturizer." And I'm like, "Is anybody here used to be in the makeup department in the movie? That would be great." I mean, what's the budget on this thing anyway? He looks around.
so you kind of see your face elongated in the cylindrical gaze of the batha tank. It swirls yellow and vicious. Tubes and wires run out from it. A small droid runs by your feet. It's a mouse droid, and he starts doing repairs on the ship. You see that the landing gate starts to open up, and you can smell this waft of swamp air. And as you do, um, I believe you're playing Web Girl, Mika. Would you like?
Web woman,
Oh,
please.
sorry, not Web Girl, Web Woman.
Or Kelly Webster.
She graduated from web girl to web woman. There we go.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about your character and what you're doing aboard the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, that's a good question. What she's doing on there, yeah. She's probably. Oh my god, I have no idea. What is she doing there? Oh, she's actually a pilot. Hello.
Awesome. Yeah. There you go.
Perfect. See? Yeah. So she's leaving the Millennium Falcon and she's tossing over a lip balm to what's your name again?
Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage. To Johnny.
There you go. I grab it.
Pretty as ever, Johnny.
Oh yeah, I know. You should have seen me in Tiger Skull 4: The Revenge of Tiger. That's a great movie. Also, when I was dead in the second Mortal Kombat thing, my funeral was pretty amazing. I gotta tell you. But then I came back. It kind of was a bummer.
The best always come back, right?
Yeah, I don't think you're from my universe, but hit me up one of these days. I don't know how they do that, but yeah.
I can always hook you up, and I shoot like a little web thing past his face.
Yep, I'm like a neat trick. You kind of remind me of what is it, Milena or something like that? I don't know. They had weird names from Outworld. Really, I cannot remember all these names.
And as you shoot the web, Han Solo peels it off his black vest. All right, we're here. It's your destination. It's about time for you to go and learn the ways of the Force here from Yoda. You two think you can handle that? And he pulls a lever.
I just flex.
Chewbacca, and Chewbacca goes.
Out of character. Didn't Chewbacca die last time?
No. What?
No, it's here.
Oh, he's back to tanked. It's fine. I'm guessing.
Yeah, back to tanked. He's all wet.
Jesus Christ, he smells like a wet dog.
Why does it smell like wet dog in here?
I don't know, but it's really you're really messing with my flow here, man. And how dare you say Force? I trained under the toughest masters. I've been an actor under the most dickhead of directors.
Luke Skywalker holds his hands out in front of you, and as he does, his lightsaber enters into his hand. He places it onto his belt. Come on, Johnny. Come on, web woman. There's someone I want you to meet. And he starts to walk down the ramp into Dagobah Swamp. There you can see vast pools of blue-green algae come bubbling up. The trees themselves are black and gnarled and twisted, and they reach up towards the sky that's smoking red waste. The bark itself on those trees seems to have like a thick green bile, and it looks almost digestive, and it goes percolating up into the water. There is a small hut. It seems to be made of clay, packed tied in with loose debris. There a man, or what you think might be a man, very small, very fragile and old, comes shambling up, and his robes kind of blow beside him. And he just has like this thin wisp of hair and a little toad-like face. And he says to Luke, "Powerful you have become in the power of the Force. Tell me, who have you brought here?" And Luke turns to you and presents you to Yoda. What do you say?
I just take out a little autograph photo of me and like Johnny Cage, always just filming my next masterpiece, Tiger Force 5, the power of the tiger, and I give him the signature thing, the photo.
Looked like you. This does. Why have you come here?
Apparently, I need some training. That has been said. You know, even though I mastered the abilities of the chi, as you can see.
I sense much confusion and self-love in you. These are the way to the dark side. Tell me, young Skywalker, who is this woman? And he turns to you.
You can call me Kelly, sir. I do webs.
What do you mean? Webs? Are you a sticky one?
I can be very sticky. And I shoot a web.
His feet go bouncing up and down, and his arms go out to the side, his robes falling towards his shoulders.
I guess I need training to fight all these other enemies of all these multiverses. I mean, there must be just tons of guys. I mean, it's not just Shao Kahn out there. Apparently, every enemy from everything you can imagine. But it shouldn't be a problem for Johnny Cage, and I just flex, look at my muscles, and like just pure narcissism, basically.
And Yoda turns to you and says, ready are you? What do you know of ready? For 800 years I have trained Jedi. My own counsel will I keep on who is to be trained. A Jedi must have the deepest commitment, the most serious mind. And he walks over and he places his hands beside him, and these stones start to come up off the floor. This one a long time I have watched, and all his life he has looked away to the future, to the horizon. Never is his mind on where he was. What was he doing? Adventure. Excitement. A Jedi craves not these things. I sense in you too. Recklessness.
You know, you remind me of this guy. He was also like, what, 800 or even more years old? Raiden, that's it. That guy. Yeah, he brought us to this fight, into this outworld thing. Man, it was, and there's some weird ass characters, man. You would have probably fit right in.
I sense in you fear. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to aggression.
Man, if you want to see some aggression, it's gonna come out right away. I mean, you're more annoying than my last director. What was his name? Charles Rosenberg. Right. He was annoying, but he did churn out some good blockbusters for sure.
So Yoda waddles up over to you, and he has this little cane. It seems twisted like a root of an old tree. He berates your knee with it. Pow, 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 pow.
Ow, god damn it. What the hell are you thinking, little man? I mean, I did some Muay Thai training, so you hurt that pretty hard if I felt that.
You found your master, huh?
Man, I got my master back in my world. I don't know. He's probably dead. I can't remember. Didn't talk to him in a while.
Luke turns to you and says, well, it looks like you two are in good hands. I'll be leaving you now. I'll come back later and pick you up once you have started your journey onto the Force. And he will enter into the Millennium Falcon there with Han Solo and Chewbacca, and they will wave at you as the door closes. And the Millennium Falcon will raise up with a radiating blue light and go drifting off into that smoking red waste of a sky. And then star lines. So there you are on Dagobah.
Okay. What out of character thing, just want to say, Juve just wrote me that he just woke up. So it's always in the most great times.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Sounds good.
I want to see a robot use the Force. I want to see with Juve there. So
it's just electricity.
Yeah, true. I mean, Force lightning is electricity, right? So
exactly. So
I mean, if he's, I think he just needs some sort of conscience or something. So
is he joining us?
Yeah, I sent him the link.
Yeah,
so.
nice.
Yeah, you know Juve, Mike, and so
of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Awesome. So I'd be like looking at Yoda. I'm like, man, I'm not sure if I'm not gonna regret this. But then again, training with Liu Kang back on there was pretty good, and then we trained with his ancestor, which was really Wheels Kung Lao. Now he was an asshole at times, but did learn some new moves to harness my chi. That's what the Force is, right?
There are many names of the Force. Some call it push, but it surrounds us. It penetrates us.
Hey. Johnny Cage does not get penetrated, man. No judge, man. If that's your thing, I'm all cool with that. That's fine. One of my best friends, actor friends, are that. Of course, I won't say it because they asked me to, so they're not ready to get out of the closet. But Johnny Cage doesn't swing that way,
Many of the truths that we cling to depend on our point of view.
You telling me I'm a liar? Johnny Cage is not a liar, okay? I am a real fighter. I've proved myself, okay?
Show him.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, I do like a shadow kick against the tree, breaking it in two. See what I did there?
Oh no, you're gonna have to roll if you're gonna try and break it.
Oh shit!
Shit! I'm not gonna play this game of ultimate power.
Break your foot, come on.
All right, so what's your strength there, Ben?
It's a tree, man. It's like, how does it move? It cannot defend itself. Or is it? Okay, fine. I'll roll. Great DM. I'll roll. Wait. Did I get all my D10s here? Of course, the ones that I need.
Tree looks like it was planted eons ago. It's about as big around as a Chevy. And gnarled roots. The bark has like a green pus that's falling off into the water. Like small animals around its roots begin to swim and move and swirl bioluminescently, igniting as you walk up to it. The blue-green algae lays like a carpet over towards the side.
Okay, I have to do a green psyche feat. My psyche is good, so you tell me if I succeed or not.
Okay, sounds good.
I rolled a 41, so psyche is good.
It is. That is a fail.
Oh shit!
So Something catches your eye in the bioluminescence, and it's like mesmeristic. Like you seem like almost in a hypnotic trance, and it's not allowing you to focus.
Okay. So I'm like, as I'm trying to focus, I'm like, what is with this place? I mean, it's not just the smell, but I can't concentrate.
Well, you go ahead and roll your kick, man.
Okay. Well, okay, I'm gonna roll my kick. Green fighting feet.
Mm.
I rolled 81, and my fighting is remarkable, so 30.
No, well, you definitely square in, and when you kick it, like you just get this throwback of almost like a giant pustule that you had popped on an ogre's face comes splashing over your body, and the tree indents as if it's made out of a sponge, and your leg goes in quick. And as you go to retract your leg, you see that the tree starts to bleed like a thick sap, but it still stands. Some of the leaves come down. A huge bit of moss falls over top of you, and you're shrouded in plant matter.
I start dusting myself off, and I'm just kind of a little bit like confused, and I'm saying, "Huh, man, this should have broken in too. Couldn't
And
focus my chi."
Yoda walks up, and he puts his hands out in front of him, and he slowly starts to push some invisible thing in front of him, and he says, "You will know the good from the bad when you are calm, at peace, passive. A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense, but never for attack." And as he pulls his hands, the dent in the tree starts to pull out.
I'm just looking at him.
And
Well,
he turns over to the woman. Web woman, show me what you can do.
She smiles and she stretches out her both of her arms, and then creates a little web figurine between two of the tree trunks, simulating his Yoda, basically Yoda, just made of webs.
All right, let's do a roll for your power.
Okay, how do I do that here?
Just roll your 2d10s that you have there. Designate one to be the 100 and the other. Let me know what you get.
Okay, 35.
35. What is your
Yes.
power rating?
Power rating is... Oh, dang. Is that P?
So
there
next
should be.
year, it's okay. 1 second, Sean.
Yeah, go ahead.
You should have your power listed, and next to your power, it'll have something that says like amazing, incredible, remarkable.
It doesn't.
Does it have a number value?
No, I don't have power at all.
Can you?
No.
Do
What
you have?
page did you link me here, Sean? Is that the wrong one?
Yeah. Send the link to Sean, and maybe Sean.
Yeah, send me the link and I'll tell you.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, out of character, so.
Yeah, of course, out of character.
Send me a link.
It's like Johnny Cage is looking to my fan page. No. Okay, Web Woman powers insect ring, allows her to do several unique abilities. Okay, animal mimicry, insects. Web Woman can mimic the natural abilities of insects, amplified to a super level. Most notably, Web Woman can create webs and web-like objects, solid bioelectrical. Okay, it says here, that's it. Animal mimicry, insects,
Ow.
and then amazing. It's shortened. AM.
Okay, there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like they shorten it down. When you look at your stats, you can see excellent, EX, RM, that's remarkable, and so on. And then the number, that's actually very good, amazing. So.
Okay. Now I was looking for a power stat. Okay.
Yeah. So you get your powers through your ring. So yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Nice. Okay. So that was a success on your power.
Mm-hmm.
And through the webs, like this gossamer filaments that are spinning between your fingertips, coming off of your rings, and they're all binding, conforming, broken up and condensed into this three-dimensional object that looks like Yoda. And through those filaments, you see his face as if through a cloud of the gossamer strands. And he says, "Through the forest, things you will see, other places, the future, the past, old friends long gone, old friends soon remembered." And the object floats in front of your face and becomes larger, and he steps into it and he says, "Sit down with me and we will learn the way of the Force. Close your eyes." And I want you two to both roll a D100 and let me know what you get.
73.
73. Okay, Sean.
I got a 27.
27. Okay. Okay. So, all right, I'll just make a note of that. And you got a 27, Sean?
Yes, 27. Yeah.
Okay.
Just really quick to Micah, there's 3 types of successes. There's like a green success, then there's a yellow success, and there's a red success. And basically, it's certain actions, especially if you try to, like red is the hardest, but it also gives the most successes. And I'll explain that to you later. And then on the chart, when you see the chart, it's clear. And then the white one is like a failure. So yeah, just quick.
So Yoda walks up behind you, Johnny Cage, and he says, "Truly wonderful the mind of a child is." And he puts his hands on your shoulder.
Child?
Calm yourself. Look over
Fine.
to that rock.
I sit down in like a meditative pose, like a
perfect.
Cross legs, because I did. Johnny Cage, as much as he talks, he did learn actual martial arts, so
And he says, he points over towards a rock. "Reach out with the Force and pick up the rock." So, describe to me how your character accesses the Force.
Okay, Johnny Cage, he kind of looks into himself, and then he remembers his sensei, and he's like, at first starting, he's like going away from home, and it's like, at home he's like, his dad is like always demanding all this shit from him, and he's like, he tells him he wants to learn kung fu, but his dad says it's lame, it's gay, and everything. His dad is a real hard ass and a real asshole. So he's like, then goes out to train in secret, and the sensei is like then teaching him, and he like takes the stick and he like hits him slightly if he does something wrong, but then basically he imagines how he's like just focusing, and like how he would be like going towards the stone and picking it up, So yeah, he is imagining that and focusing on that image.
Are your hands on your legs? Are you reaching out with your hand? How you look?
I'm gonna how it's gonna look. It's like I have the cross legs, the cross legs kind of thing, and I have my hands like together, and I have the fingers up, right, like focusing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see some black shadowy kind of energy coming from me, like because Johnny Cage's power manifests in the shadow kick, the shadow punch. So it's that
Mm-hmm.
there's kind of swirling around him,
So I will say, go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay.
And we'll see if you can move this rock.
35.
Let me ask you a question. Would you like to tap into your anger to move this rock?
Into my anger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. The rock begins to move up. Debris starts to fall. Little creatures that were on top of the rock start to skitter away into the grass. And Yoda says to you, The way of the dark side is the way to temptation. Much confusion do I sense in you. But the rock lifts.
Yeah. I have this memory of the second tournament, you know, like, and I see Kintaro, this 4-armed giant monster, kind of like like from the first game, but he's like even more vicious. You can see Shao Kahn with his skull mask and crown sitting on his throne as, you know, he has Sonya Blade tied up and beat up from the last fight. And I'm also bleeding on the ground, and I'm just like angry and in despair, and looking up on Kintaro, wishing to just destroy him, you know. And that was the moment when Johnny Cage died. That's actually from the canon, so like, so that's what he's remembering now.
Beautiful. Yoda goes over to Web Woman. Reach out, stretch out with the Force. Above you is a small bird. Guide the bird to its location that you want it to go. And just describe how you access the Force for me, if you would, Web Woman.
She sits next to Johnny and mimics his position, closes her eyes, and tries to hear the bird where it is above her. And her thoughts are interrupted, though, by knowing Spider-Man, whom she always wanted, and she wanted to be like him, and he never even looked at her, and he was always better than her. And she tries to resist the urge to open her eyes and just shoot a web at that poor thing and just sling it over where it is supposed to be. But she tries to suppress that feeling, and is basically trying to feel where it is and try to coerce it to go to the desired spot in the trees.
And physically, how does your character reach out? Do you stretch out your hand, or do you like nod up your brows, or what? How does that work?
She's not trying actually to move anything. Her fingers are twitching because that's the move she would do to sling a web, but she tries not to do that. She just tries to feel and like the invisible force.
I got you. Please give me a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know what you get.
A 36.
A 36.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tap into your anger to make the bird?
No. She hears or heard what Yoda was saying, and as soon as Spider-Man got into her thoughts, she suppresses him again and again. So she's trying to be the good one.
You enter in to a state of silence, and the quiet here on Dagobah is the same quiet that you would find perhaps back on Earth. It's the same silence everywhere, and it's that eternal place of quiet that you enter into, and you reach out into the Force. And as you do, you can hear the ruffling of the feathers, the beating of the heart, the glimmer in the eye of the bird. And the bird gently is guided by the Force and is influenced to go and land on the tree. And you open up your eyes and you see it. And from that tree, the brush starts to push backwards, and you see a giant robotic creature come crashing into the Force. And you recognize this creature. It looks like a BW beetle that has transformed. And once you guys go ahead and roll initiative for me as you combat this transformer.
Nice. I love it.
Initiative is what?
It's just a 1d10 straight up. And you can get bonuses, but you got to have a really high Like I think, what is it? That doesn't matter.
I
think
rolled a
agility.
9.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. What's your intuition?
Juve. Yeah, Juve said it's taking forever to load, but he's coming apparently. My intuition is excellent, so EX. So does that? I think might get a +1. I'm not sure. I would have.
What?
I don't think it's high enough.
I
What
is RM 30.
30. Okay, that's excellent too. No, that's remarkable. All right, so web girl or web woman, excuse me. Why don't you go ahead and describe what you would like to do? You're first on the initiative roll.
She widens her eyes and immediately she points with her ring at one of the trees, at one of the closest trees, and shoots a web like Spider-Man does up into the branches, and she slings herself up there to get a better position. I don't know how much I can do in one round.
So this will just be a movement. We'll just say that that's your movement is to swing up the tree. You can still do an attack if you like.
Yeah, like she would try to would I know that this is a transformer?
Like your character comes actually. Technically, you're from a 70s cartoon, so Transformers didn't technically. Well, no, late.
They were.
I guess so. You could know them because the fight has started since a while, so you might have encountered one. I don't know what Philip would say.
Well, I'd say just give me an intuition roll if you want. And
that's the best way of doing it.
Yeah, just give me a roll and we'll say yes or no.
By the way, out of character. Hey Juve, what's up?
Hey Juve.
Let's make it, bro.
That's a 53.
A 53 was remarkable. That yes, you know what it is.
Okay.
A transformer, an alien creature that is taken on the looks of a car of a VW Beetle.
And he's still in car form, yeah.
No, he is transformed. And
he is. Oh,
yes,
okay.
He has pushed back the trees, and his headlights shine bright on you, Yoda, and Johnny Cage. His face is twisted up like metal.
Okay, in that case, shoot some webs around his legs and make him keel over, hopefully.
Oh, okay, nice. That's a classic. Nice.
Yeah.
Do a roll again?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's a 72.
72 was amazing. Yeah, absolutely. You tangle up his feet. Tell me, what is the material strength of your webs?
Hello? Hey. It doesn't
what's up?
say here.
I'm gonna check it out. Give me a second. I think because the way how the guy describes it, it says amazing at 50. So it says here, most notably, Webwoman can create webs and web-like objects with her ring, solid bioelectrical stinger blasts. Oh, cool. And other effects. And basically, usually how I do it, and it's usually also the case, that the power that you use the power with is also the level of strength. So I would say that would be the strength of the web would be 50. Amazing. would that be all right with you, Philip? That's usually how I do it. That's usually how it is. Like an energy blast, unless it's stated differently. Like if there's an Electro shoots electricity, and he has, let's say, 75. Then he rolls for 75, and then when he hits, he does 75 damage.
Yeah, for expediency, we'll just do that.
Yeah.
You see that the webs cling onto his legs. It starts to peel off the paint, and he is partially wrapped up to a bit of tree. But his legs, as they move forward, they start tearing up the dirt, and it only seems like a partial hold. I will convert you into a car. I will rip off your arms and replace them with robotics. And Juve, We can have Die Hard enter into the scene here if you want to give me an initiative roll.
We'll get a dice out. Is that a? I forgot. Is that a D10?
It's 2d10.
No, it's just D10 for initiative.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
That's the only time you use only one D10.
Okay. I rolled a 3.
Okay, you'll be going last. Perfect. Johnny Cage, you have just seen your friend swing up into the tree, shoot out blast of webs, and try to wrap up the legs of this transformer. You see that it's starting to pull through the webs and to tear up the ground and threatened her with physical violence.
Now, my question is, would I know Transformers? I guess so, right? Should I roll too?
Oh, sure, you can roll.
Because I have a great pun, but I don't want to, just because, I don't want to cheat here.
Yeah, what's your intuition? Excellent, right?
Yeah, excellent. And I rolled a 28.
You have no idea what this thing is.
Like, okay, so I'm like, so my pun was differently. I wanted to say Michael Bay's calling you to get back on the set, but instead, I'll be saying, what is this hunk of junk? I don't do monster movies. And I will do an attack. I will do a shadow kick. So I'll have to do again a psyche roll. And let me see here. Psyche is good. And I rolled a 75.
Oh, nice. Yeah, absolutely.
And then I have to do a fighting feat. Fighting is remarkable. And I think I get a bonus, so 1 up to him remarkable. Since I have martial or I think I have to focus because I have AB.
Isn't that what the psyche feat was for, to focus?
Yeah. So, okay. And I rolled a 10. Or wait.
For attack?
Yep, wait. I think...
So you're like a little kid in the backyard, like...
It's like 1. Yeah, well, it was a jump kick, but yeah. So I completely miss him. I'm pretty sure that's a white thing. So
you're a snicker from the tree.
You hear Yoda laughing, and Yoda goes, "Use the Force."
And I'm like, I'm gonna use some force on you, little green man. Like, I'm gonna kick this guy. Don't worry, I'm just warming up. This is my warm-up routine.
The creature's mouth opens up, and inside you see a nozzle, and the nozzle just unleashes gasoline all over you. I'm gonna roll and see if it hits you.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. So it just squirts out all over the tree where Web Woman is, all over Yoda, and all over you. And next, you see his chest compartment opens up, and inside are rows and rows and rows of missiles. Inside of them, you see them start to heat up. But we'll switch over to Die Hard. Die Hard, you're coming in through the trees. What would you like to do?
Okay, do I smell the gasoline at this point?
I would say that your sensors pick up a petroleum-based byproduct. And yes, you would know that it was gasoline.
Okay, my next question: are we in like the woods, or are we on the street, or
you are in you are in Dagobah? Do you remember when Luke Skywalker goes to visit Yoda for the first time?
Yeah.
That's
so it's like a fucking damp swamp, basically, like in the middle of the Amazon, but even worse, probably.
So, is it possible for me, because I know since I picked up this byproduct, and if I can I like do a blast to the watery area to like basically wash the gasoline off them, so they like don't instantly get what have you?
So what you're gonna do like an energy blast to the water, create like a tidal wave to wash over these characters up in the tree on Yoda and Johnny Cage. That's it.
They're up in a tree.
Web Woman is, yeah.
Woman.
Sorry.
She spided up there.
Yeah.
So the only one that's on the ground is Yoda and
Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage, who currently might be set on fire.
Yep.
Okay, I'll do that first, and if I have another action available, I will like do a sonic blast to the chest compartment, try to self detonate the missiles within inside of the thing.
Yep. Juve and missiles, always a good mixture. So.
Oh, nice. Okay, man. If you want to do a sonic blast to this character and try to ignite those missiles, go ahead and give me a roll, and we'll see if you can do that.
And I need what, a D100 for that?
Yeah,
D100.
that's always, and you want to roll high.
I rolled a 65.
What's your power?
Pretty good.
My power?
Well, it would be shooting, right? So that's an A. That's the A.
Oh yeah.
Shooting is an A because he has a rifle, so an energy rifle.
Oh, it's an energy rifle that you're using. Okay.
Yeah, I mean he's a Rob Liefeld character, so you have a rifle, big ass rifles and pouches.
Big ass rifle, crap load of pouches, 1 shot per round.
Yeah.
40 normal damage 40-ST.
Yep, that's the 40. Yep.
So, and shooting is remarkable 30.
And you rolled a 60?
65.
65, okay. That's going to hit, but it's not a bullseye. What is the damage that your weapon does?
It does 40.
40 damage? Okay.
Yeah, it's like, it's because he described it to me, so I took the stats from the laser rifle, but I amped it up because it's a plasma rifle. Usually plasma weapons are more powerful than lasers, especially like he showed me some of the scenes in the Rob Liefeld comic and the Youngblood. That's it, and it was quite powerful.
So you like unleash this psychic damage, but you actually miss the missile since it was a called shot. Makes it a little bit more difficult, but you do hit the creature, and you see like all the windshields and glass and like fragile parts of his body just go shattering and crinkling down, and they just scatter all over the swamp and then sink into the mire. And then it is Yoda's turn. Yoda stretches out with his small little frog hands, and he's going to try to pick up the creature. And the creature starts to lift up off the ground, and he's about 10 feet higher than where he was supposed to. And Yoda has his eyes closed, and he's holding him there, binding him, if you will. And we will move over to Web Woman. Web Woman, you see this giant transformer being picked up off the ground by Yoda. Would you like to use the Force, or would you like to use your regular powers?
Just because I don't know what we did before, would she know what the Force would be able to do, or I mean, she just only guided a bird through the air.
Yes, but so what you would try to do is guide this transformer through the air this time.
Like guide fast?
Oh, sure. You could try to slam it into a tree, or
exactly
move it up higher into the air to drop it.
It's more like force push, instead of like levitation.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah. So this would be like move. Yoda has him in like a bind. What Darth Vader would do, like holding someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try to slam him into one of the bigger trees.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so I roll. That's probably good. A 95.
Oh yeah, so this guy.
That's very good. That's a wow.
You, in the heat of the moment, you tap into the Force and you stretch out, and it's almost like your fingertips can feel you're grabbing into the metal, and as you push off, he just goes spinning through the air like a disc, and he crashes into a tree. boom! You like this huge splinters, limbs, bows, leaves, moss, water just splashes up and it crashes in. And yeah, that was your
I'm
turn.
so sorry. I just wanted to turn him. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Well, I guess you did turn him quite violently, but very nice. Well done. And I do this cheesy, like Mentos, like thumbs up kind of motion.
Johnny Cage, it's your turn. You see this creature down in a hump of pile, but you can still see the rockets glowing red in his chest.
So he's definitely still on, I guess, or functioning.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I will try to basically, do a shadow punch, which I might regret because I have to always do 2 rolls. It's annoying, but it does make sense. So I'll do a green psyche feat. I'll try to do one.
Okay. So you're leaving your position where you are.
Yes.
Shadow.
Yes.
The creature. Got you.
Yeah. Or like since I'm running, I'll try to do a shadow kick. But okay. It's 33 for the psyche feat, and my psyche is good, so that doesn't sound too good. But
no, you fail.
Okay, but then I guess I still do the attack, the normal attack then.
Normal attack.
So what's one above remarkable? Because I think I get a bonus
incredible.
To my attack. Yeah, so that would be my incredible.
Okay.
Well, because I got martial arts A, B, C, and E, and I think A is the one where you get a bonus.
Okay,
right?
That's good, bro. Yeah, I think it's B, but yeah.
Or B, yeah. And I know there's one where you can get one, but you gotta look at the character for more than one turn. That's the thing. So, and I'm not doing well today. 19.
19. Okay, so you fly through you run. You're trying to focus yourself, but your heart is pumping, racing, sweat's beating down your face, falling off into the ground before you, and you see this giant creature and all this debris is like floating down, and you leap into the air, and you go in for a kick, and you've practiced this 1,000 times, but 1,000 times. I mean, even though this thing is huge, it's the size of a fucking car, but you fly by and miss it.
Oh god, it's cringy as hell, but
I'm like amazing.
And you are completely covered in gasoline. The creature, even though it's prone, it turns towards you, and a rocket flies at you.
Oh shit! And I cannot do a dodging move. I know that.
All right, so I'm gonna roll to see if this rocket hits you.
Okay.
Okay.
I cannot. If I want to do a dodge, I have to announce that, right? End of fun.
Yeah. You can go ahead and do a dodge.
I can.
Fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Do a dodge.
So that's agility. Yeah.
Yeah, dodge. I'm looking down. It is agility, yes.
And it's man, I'm sucking today. 26.
26. Okay. And your what was your power level for your dodge?
So that's just basically.
What's your agility?
My agility is remarkable.
Remarkable 26.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your legs have been caught up in a bit of root, it seems, and as you go to dodge, you actually move into the way of the rocket, and it hits you squarely in the chest, igniting your body on fire.
How much damage do they get?
30 points of damage as the rocket hits you, and another excellent 20 damage from fire.
Not very excellent for me, but yeah.
So your body is ignited on flame.
So how much in total?
50.
Oh shit! So I'm down to 40. I'm still alive, but I'm like, ah, fuck.
So you guys look down and you see your friend Johnny Cage just go up into a raging ball of flame, and his all of his body from his head to his toes is just like burning up, and that's what you see. Die Hard.
I think that's like the Scorpion fatality right there from the Transformer.
I believe that I will throw him into the swamp to put him out.
All right, sounds good. So you will spend your time running over, grabbing him, and taking him over to the water to extinguish him.
Yeah. All thing I can think of at this point to do.
All right. Sounds good. We will spend your turn to do. Do you want to attack on your way to do that? I will hold that as part of your movement to go.
Okay. Yeah. So I would. Yeah, I will then. If I can attack, I will do that. So
okay, you're going to attack the.
Yeah. And just roll
Decepticon.
Okay, so I just rolled a 28, so that's a mess.
Oh yeah, you're shooting your rifle again?
Yeah.
All right, the blast like goes over and it hits some trees, and you see some birds fall onto the ground. And Yoda goes over and he washes his body off, and you see he stretches out his hand, and a small metal cylinder enters into his hand, and it ignites a green lightsaber, and he goes spinning off to attack this creature. And you see like this little ball of, I guess, frog, like a frogman, go spinning after this guy.
Nice.
And you see like it's almost like he pauses in midair and swings repeatedly. And one of the arms of the creature goes off, and it falls into a giant pool of brackish water and splashes onto the ground. He has severed off one of the arms with a lightsaber. And with that, we will move over towards Webwoman. Webwoman, what would you like to do? You see Die Hard has just taken Johnny Cage into the water and put him off. The creature has just lost an arm from Yoda, and you, I believe, are still up in the tree, and you have launched this creature previously away from you. What would you like to do now?
This is getting boring. And she's aiming with her ring down on the transformer, and tries to unleash one of her stinger blasts. And Yoda is constantly being in the way, but she's trying to find a window to do that.
Yoda says, "Do or do not. There is no try."
Oh, that's for sure. Oh, okay. Oh, 51.
51. Yes, you hit the creature squarely. What is your damage that you do?
Is that again the amazing thing?
It's amazing. That's what it says in the thing. So
okay.
So, and this was a electrical ability, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Solid bioelectrical stinger blast.
Yeah.
Well, the stinger blast go latching on almost like leads onto a cardiac patient, and you see his body lift up and jolted by electricity. The bright red of his eyes goes black, and he sits and he smolders and seems to shut down. The violence has now passed, and the Decepticon is defeated.
I'm just in the corner, just like in pain.
We took care of it. Are you okay?
It's like I fought Scorpion all over again. Jesus Christ.
What your character looks like now, Sean?
What?
He looks like now after he's been set on fire.
What does he look like?
I don't know, like fucking Freddy Krueger.
Singed.
Imagine basically something like Freddy Krueger and Deadpool without his mask. And I look in the water. Oh my God, career's over. Oh God damn it! Now I'm pissed.
Now you need to wear a mask.
Damn it! I'm gonna find a way to get my good looks back. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I look at thanks, Metal Man. That was a Die Hard. That was a good move of you. I would have probably cried to death.
You probably would have. I'm like, the only thing we can do for you at this point you can do.
I mean, maybe if Luke comes back, he can do this. Put me in this weird tank thingy, and maybe that would heal it up. That would be great. I look down into my pants. Oh, God damn it. That doesn't look good. I'm just like in pain and just barely can move. But yeah.
Priorities, you know, priorities.
So these evil guys, evil bastards come here too. What the hell was that robot thing? Was that part of your training, Yoda? I hope not.
No. Strange creatures have come to dagobah. Many are about. Many you might see. But with that, guys, I need to take like a 5-minute break. I will be right back.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, getting some coffee.
I'll get some water.
All right, I'm back. Are you guys here?
Mm-hmm.
How you been, man?
I'm here. So what's up, guys?
Cool.
I just found the because where Web Woman comes from. She's from this cartoon. She's. I'll send the link.
So how have I been? Let's see. Throughout my back, I'm currently on workman's comp, and my job has been very sucky as of late, to the point where I'm going to probably have to hire a lawyer. But other than that, I'm good. I'm back. So yeah, but I'm good.
All right, man. Sorry about your back. It sucks.
Yeah, I'll get over it. I got enough painkillers flowing through me at this point.
Okay.
I'm basically slowly becoming a juicer. It's fine.
It's pretty much your calling, Juve. You can't be a cyborg, but you can become a juicer, or maybe both. As I know you.
Yeah. I'll do both when I'm like about ready to burn out. Then I just go full.
They'll juice you up to the point where you become like Venom. Like I want to see the movie. I'm kind of curious, but I hear it's not very good. But I'm still curious.
I've seen the movie. It's fine for what it is. It's a good time. I would say for you to go see it. I even bought the collectible 10 for it.
I just want them to go around. We are Venom and kick the shit out of everybody and just rip them apart.
That's pretty much it. They did take out 40 minutes to get a PG-13 level, but
I mean,
what really?
I mean, if honestly, I'm disappointed. Number one, it's PG-13, and it's not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But then it would have been still PG-13. But at least we could have Spider-Man too, and the other characters. But
it's pretty much hinted at that this is in another part of the overall Spidey universe, and basically this is a universe where Peter Parker didn't exist. So to fill in that void, Eddie Brock was put in. That's my theory.
Well, they want to make a Spider-Man universe, Sony, without Spider-Man, which is weird because they have this deal with Marvel now that Marvel can do Spider-Man, and it's just weird.
Only for he can only do it. They can only use Spider-Man for 4 movies. So come 2019, after they get done, there's still one more movie left that the original actor has to do, and that one will probably be with Sony exclusively. And that's how they're gonna start off the whole.
You don't believe that? The fucking Disney will buy them out, like as they bought out Fox. You think they're gonna get stopped by Sony?
Sony pretty big. I mean, their movie division has been sucking, but overall, they're a pretty big company.
They're a big company, but they know that if Venom now doesn't make the money back,
it already has. It made back half of its budget by the.
But the other movies is like where the only one that maybe is hopeful is their animated movie, their Spidey movie, which could be interesting.
I think that's gonna be crap.
It's just the animation. I like the idea of having multiple versions of Spider-Man interacting as a movie, but it's like I don't like the animation style personally. Like I'm okay with
it's the animation style, and I'm still upset with the fact that how Sony has pretty much Marvel and Sony has like behind closed doors after the email leak pretty much said this Spider-Man can only be black. I mean, can only be white, male, and straight. So I'm just like, this is like their cop out to try to get out from underneath that. Make it animated instead of actually hiring a real actor to be Tony Morales.
But that's what Sony said. I think Marvel would be open to having Miles Morales as a successor, especially if they are planning of having Peter then just in the trilogy, and it would be easier then to have him as the next Spider-Man because.
Well, that's the thing. The email was between Marvel and Sony. Marvel is the one that's insisting on the stipulation what Spider-Man can be. Sony just said, "Okay,
it's weird
cool."
Because Marvel in the comics division is anyway. I don't want to. I'll never stop.
Yes, we'll never stop because we're geeks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go play more games and kill stuff.
Yeah. So whose turn is it? Whose turn is it anyway?
You guys are out of combat.
Okay.
I killed it.
I'm just yelling in pain. Like, where I'm not yelling, I'm grunting. I'm trying to be all cool and shit. I'm looking for my glasses, but they're all melted. Part of them all melted on me. I try to put them back, and then I just am like just angry, and I just throw them away. And
Yoda comes over, and he's and he has some robes. And since all of your clothes have been burned off, he puts the robes over you and pulls over a hood. What color are the robes?
I'll say blue. Why not?
Blue. Okay.
And I'm like, I guess I will need that now. I'll just become a monk or some shit. Because I lost my looks. Yep.
It'd be okay, man. It'd be okay. Just walk it off.
Well, you're like a robot, and every time you die, you can come back in a new body. I wish I had that advantage now.
So, Johnny, you start to get a vision now that you've started to tap into the forest. Would you like to tell us what your vision is?
I imagine I'm seeing like Shao Kahn in the vision, and he's or no, better yet, I'm seeing Sindel, the wife of Shao Kahn, lead me into the gate of Outworld, there where she's trying to seduce me. So,
do you relate what you see?
Oh, please don't.
Yes. I just shake it off, and I'm just like, yep. And I start like try to warm up, but everything is just in pain because I just literally burned. It's amazing that I can walk around, but since I'm a Mortal Kombat character, I'll take that.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm just gonna shake my head and like just, I don't know, try to forget it. So yeah. By the way, Mike, I found the intro for your character. It's pretty good. You should check it out. Apparently, you got a spaceship and a chimp sidekick, which I love. So very 70s. So, but anyway, yeah, that's what Johnny does. Doesn't do too much. Just in pain now, but doesn't, just grunts sometimes.
Yoda says, who is your droid friend?
Oh, that's Die Hard. I think he went forward to scout beforehand, scout out the area. He's a very like military, scorched earth, no funny business kind of guy.
Tell me about yourself. Hard Die.
Good try. I got sucked into this situation to, protect the people and whatnot because they were trying to destroy my world, and I wind up here somehow, and I'm just basically doing what I do, trying to survive and make it to the next day.
The next day, we have no guarantee when it comes.
Well, in my case, I kind of do because I just upload myself as I see fit. As long as there's communication right, I don't die. I just multiply.
You will find no communications array here.
So I guess I just need to be extra careful then. So no, extreme, tactics here today then, I guess.
And with that, he drops.
Wait. You're saying if your Wi-Fi is not working, you're good as dead, just the rest of us? Okay, I'll repeat that. So Johnny's looking at you and says, so you say that if your Wi-Fi ain't working, then you're just as dead as the rest of us if shit hits the fan?
From what I've just been told, pretty much. Unless I download myself in some type of electrical recording device or communication or computer, then I might be able to be uploaded later.
You think your AI could be downloaded into some freaking like MP3 player or some shit?
If push comes to shove, I could probably compress my data to be something that small.
Okay, man. It's good to know. Maybe we should get some USB drives and load you up there. Maybe find a robotic body you can possess or some shit if you lose this one.
And I look over at the robot. How damaged is the robot?
Of course. I knew it.
Oh, he seems fairly broken up. His circuits are fried. His arm is chopped off. His legs are all webbed up.
Maybe you can use his outer shell as armor.
Maybe I should, but armor usually slows me down. But it's not that I've been really in top fighting shape recently. Man.
Anything salvageable off of this robot?
Yeah, I mean, you can take a reason roll to see if there's anything salvageable.
Yeah. Okay. So would that be a D100 or a D10?
It'll be a D100. And what's your
That's the R reason. It's your
Okay.
smarts.
Reason is 20, and I just rolled a 58.
Okay. Yeah. So, what would there is a communications antenna, a sensor computer, a laser firing tip, and a pitch and roll controls that you can salvage off the robot.
So
How and does the communication array? Because this is the important part. Because this is how I stay alive. Is that still function? Can I rig that up? Can it get passed out of this off? Can it get off planet?
Yeah. Do you have like some kind of mechanic skill?
I don't know if I have a mechanic skill. What would that? I guess it'd be another reason roll.
yeah,
No,
but it would be a skill.
Have a talent called mechanics.
Yeah. You gotta look on
Then
your talents.
talents. I am looking. I got powers and equipment, and that's it. And talents. Oh, martial arts and weapon specialist shield, and that's it.
No, you don't. You're able to salvage some parts, but you'll need to go to somewhere later to have yourself modified. Right now,
Then that's what I'll do. Then I'll just put it up into. I'll throw it into a satchel or something and just tote it on.
Perfect.
I look at Yoda. So what's with that plasma color? Like Luke had one too. It's pretty badass weapon. I've done some training in traditional Chinese weapons.
This, and he holds out this small circular cylinder, and it floats out in front of him. This is the weapon of Jedi. This, and the blade ignites green plasma crackling. Is a lightsaber. When you have completed your training, you will craft your own. And the blade comes into a small frog-like hand, and he holds it and he grips on very tightly. You can almost see underneath his green skin the bones flexing. And then it quiets down, and the lights around you become dark. There is one last test you must face, and he takes you over towards a large tree. Inside the tree and underneath is a cave, and a cold emanates, almost like you're stepping into a grave, and you feel like an electric current move around your body. What you take with you is what you find inside the cave. Go now, young Padawans, and face your destiny.
Okay.
What does he mean? Comes the cry from the top tree.
Believe me, you don't want to ask these types. I mean, Raiden would do this all the time. Just give us these really cryptic answers. So, and I don't know. I'll go down. Fine, sure.
And he goes.
And if I don't come back, web woman, it was nice meeting you.
And Yoda says to you, in a dark place, we find ourselves, and a little more knowledge lights our way, and you begin to enter into the cave. Tell me, when you enter into the cave, what is your darkest, deepest fear that you find inside?
I see I see Shao Kahn appear, and then he basically says, and he says, I'm gonna kill you, Johnny Cage, again. He just points at me, and then he like just you know, like should I describe further or just
That's okay. We will
yeah,
enter into a battle with Shao Kahn.
yeah. So
Yeah, thanks, Sean.
what?
Your fault.
Well, I'm just facing it alone. We have to all face it alone.
Oh, good. Okay,
So
perfect.
you'll have something else. Yeah. This is like in the scene with Luke. Yeah. So okay. So do I have to roll initiative and everything?
Yeah, go ahead.
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
I don't think I get a bonus. No. I will shoot one of my green force bolts, you know, like which is remarkable. So I have to roll a
So
that's strength.
What
Yeah.
happens is Shao Kahn, he fills up almost the entire width of the cave, and his arms reach out and he hits the sides. And as he hits the sides, you see flowers start to bloom. And as the flowers bloom, they bloom white, and pollen starts to fall over like a starry dust all around you, and a soporific veil. And as you move, you're moving through all this pollen. As you hit the pollen, it starts to light up. And as it lights up, it takes on more of an image of like a fighting arena all around you, with people's faces appearing torn off, skull-like. Some people look like scorpions, and you see all the hands of Shokan move around you in a dizzying array. And he is on a 2, so you can move first into the combat.
Okay, so I will just point at him, and I'll have my vengeance upon you, Shao Kahn. You will not have Earth. And then I'll do one of my energy blasts then.
Nice.
Oh, come on. 29. I don't think that hits anything.
That was your fighting, 29?
It's my green force, which is remarkable. So green force bolt. It's like an energy blast.
The energy blast goes over towards the sides. It hits part of the wall. It shatters off into 1,000 filaments that fizzle out into nothing, and you have missed.
Okay. So then I guess
Shokao goes over to you and says, "Johnny Cage, this is where you fall down." And he will attempt to grapple you.
Okay.
His giant hands reaching over to grab your face, your legs, and your blue robes. And he reaches out and he takes you up, and you feel his large masculine hands, 2 on your shoulder, 2 on your legs, and he lifts you up above his head. And you are grappled.
Okay. Can I do we go to the other ones, or how we'll do that?
No, we'll just focus on you.
Okay. Okay. Right now.
You like to try to escape?
We'll try to escape. Can I attack while grappled, or just I can only escape, right?
Would you like to try to use the force?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I wanted to do a shadow kick, but maybe force is better, so I'll do that. I want to just kind of like break the hold on his arms.
How do you enter into stretching out with a force?
I kind of remember back in the time where when me and Liu Kang were training, the first time we met, and then I remember like that kind of stuff where I should just extend my mind, basically. So I want to just basically use the force to make myself stronger, to break free from the hold.
And you hear Yoda's voice in the back of your head. Remember, a Jedi's strength flows from the force, but beware anger, fear, aggression. The dark side they are. And go ahead and make a roll.
Okay. 30. I'm not rolling good today.
30. Would you like to tap into the dark side to break free?
Yes, I will tap into the dark side. I will imagine
Her
all the.
eyes from beneath the hood start to grow yellow, and you feel the fingers of this creature that's bound you start to peel off, and you have freed yourself from being grappled.
Okay, I will try to do. Basically, I will try to do not punch Shao Kahn. That's his signature move. You know, go into a. You know Johnny Cage's move. You know, like the
split with the punch
split.
and the crotch?
Yeah, like a normal attack. Yeah, that's what I'll try.
Okay.
So that's a normal fighting attack, right? So I get like martial arts B, which would do remarkable to incredible fighting, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, of course. That's when I do the crotch attack. That's when I get a 91.
Nice, man.
So I have good strength. So this wasn't the shadow attack. This was a normal one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
All right.
I got strength good. So yeah.
When you hit him, his body splits in two and tears into light, and he falls down, his skeleton crumbling all around you. And you have become a dark side force user. Your new force power functions at remarkable, tapping into the dark side.
Oh, nice.
As you come out, Yoda shakes his head. Much darkness, confusion, anger, and fear I sense in you. The way of the dark side you have taken. I can teach you no more.
It's fair enough. The only way to fight evil is to use that force against them. I've learned that in my world. I don't know how it is on yours, but that's how we defended, how humanity defended Earth for 900 years.
Now that you have started down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny, consume you. It will. And Web Girl, he will wave his hands in front of the cave. You enter in, the cold murkiness dripping down. As you look over to the sides of the cave walls, you see torn off fingernails, bits of teeth, and swaths of hair, as if someone had been scalped and their body sent off into the mud here. And your deepest, darkest fear illuminates before you. What do you see?
Spider-Man's girlfriend.
Mary Jane.
You see Mary Jane.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah,
right.
Sure.
You see Mary Jane standing in front of you, and she has is Web Girl in love with Spider-Man? Is that?
Oh yeah, of course you would never say that, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. And Mary Jane is standing there, and she has the skeletal column and torn off head of Spider-Man, and she's whipping it around like a mace, right? And she will come in to attack you. Please roll an initiative roll to fight the darkness.
What's that? 11. D1. D10. Sorry.
Yeah.
So a 2.
A 2. Okay, she actually attacks first. The head of Spider-Man, your one true love. You see his crystal blue eyes like move through the darkness, and his face becomes zombified, and his mouth opens up, and you can see like the nerves and the veins in his face start to pulse as he reaches out to bite you on the shoulder.
No.
And he grips onto your shoulder, and you can feel the pain and the blood surge down your arm as he takes a giant bite out of you, a spider bite, and you see spiders start to move over your skin and crawl up your throat, and you're going to take 20 points of damage. Mm-hmm. How would you like to attack back?
Having been just tutored by Yoda, and knowing her what's that called? God damn it. Knowing her. So she can do those stinger blasts, those bioelectrical stinger blasts, but remembering the force, of course, she would transform her knowledge of this bioelectrical blast into a force blast.
A force unleash, if you will. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice.
And you hear Yoda's voice, and you can hear it say, "You will know when you are calm, at peace, and passive.
I'm not at peace at all.
And defense, and never for attack." Go ahead and roll.
Okay. 54.
Yes, you unleashed the force electrically from your finger, or you can describe how it looks.
Yeah, it's engulfing for a moment the Mary Jane and her Spider-Man weapon, and it's probably actually blasting it through the cave, if possible, so that they both like thump against the next cave wall.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you do, like you see like a blue electric flame that seems liquid run over each and every curve of their body, their nose, their lips, their hair, and it enters into the sockets of their eyes, and their light just seems to shine from their ears, their nose, their eyes, their mouth as they are vanquished in a surging pulse of the force, and a giant light illuminates the cave. And now you just see tendrils of roots, small frogs, stones, and it was an illusion that you were fighting. And you walk out from the cave and meet with Johnny Cage and Yoda.
I'll look ashamed.
And Yoda says to you, "Through the Force, things you will see, other places, the future, the past, but you have come out victorious." And as he says that, you see the Millennium Falcon start to come down again, landing. The door opens up, and you see Luke Skywalker standing there with Clark Kent. And there we will exit the game. Thank you guys so much for playing. I had a very good time.
This was
Nice.
great. Yes, thanks. Any final words from Web Woman and Die Hard?
If I can't have him, nobody will.
Nice.
Nice.
Juve? Juve, are you talking?
Excuse me, sorry.
I can't hear you, Juve.
I say more missiles.
More missiles. Yes. Juve doesn't need the Force. He's got missiles and he's got a bunch of bodies. I don't know. Could a droid learn the Force? I don't think so, right? He has to be a living thing.
Yeah, you got to be a living thing.
Like at least a cyborg, maybe. Like it's like in Shadowrun with cybernetics.
It's like General Grievous. You would have to have like a part of your brain, or like.
Does he have Force powers, General Grievous?
I don't think he does.
I think he's just really skilled, and he has a cybernetic body.
Yeah, he has like just the brain, and I think the trachea or something.
Yeah, he's
human.
His race is literally like the Predator, like they're a race of hunters.
Yeah,
and he slowly replaced his body with more and more cybernetic. He's basically Juve. Let's be honest.
It's like I think like the higher up you are in his society, the more cybernetic enhancements you have.
Yeah, as I said, it's basically Juve was a Predator, so it's like he collects the lightsabers and then just slices them up with it. So.
I wish you could have joined us a little bit earlier, man. I feel like you just got a little short-changed. I'm sorry about that.
He got to shoot shit, right, Juve?
Yeah, that's all he wants.
I blow up. I got to shoot some stuff. I saved Johnny Cage. All is good.
Yeah, and you got like the Transformers parts. Who knows? Maybe you'll become a Transformer too. Who knows?
Okay.
Maybe you get the spark. But anyway, Thanks, Philip, for DMing, and
Oh, yeah.
Juve and Johnny Cage will continue his journey into the dark side. I don't know if we'll continue this, but if this was great, thanks, Micah, for coming last minute, and
yeah.
Juve,
Real shame.
also awesome that you were here. And yeah, if you've been watching this, then in the future or now, do or do not. There is no try.